By the end of this video, you're going to know the top 11 things to do in New Zealand no matter what you're into. If you're into the outdoors, going to eat, sightseeing, or just relaxing, this video is going to have something for you. Because if you think New Zealand is only good for visiting Hobbiton from Lord of the Rings or bungee jumping, you're going to miss out on some of the best things it has to offer. In fact, I think those things are a bit overrated compared to these 11 things on my list. First up, we're heading to the South Island to a place that's so mind-blowingly beautiful, it's been dubbed the 8th wonder of the world, Milford Sound. Nestled within the Fiordland National Park, this stunning fjord is a true gem of New Zealand. It's a place where nature's grandeur is on full display, and every corner you turn reveals new breathtaking vistas. Picture towering cliffs that rise dramatically from the water, lush greenery that blankets the landscape, cascading waterfalls that seem to pour from the heavens, and water so clear and blue it's practically hypnotic. The sheer scale and beauty of Milford Sound are enough to leave anyone speechless. It's a place where you can truly feel the power and majesty of nature. The best way to experience this masterpiece is definitely by boat. As you cruise through the fjord, you'll be able to get up close and personal with the towering cliffs and all the waterfalls. The boat tours offer a unique perspective, allowing you to see parts of Milford Sound that are inaccessible by land. Plus, the knowledgeable guides provide fascinating insights to the history and geology of the area. There are tons of tours available, from quick cruises that last a couple hours to overnight adventures where you can sleep under the stars. And if money's a bit tight, they even have kayak tours where you can get really close to the wall and the waterfalls and just see the fjord your way. And if you're feeling brave, you can even jump in for a swim. Just a heads up, this place gets a ton of rain, especially in the summer months of December through February, and this just adds to its lush beauty. Kayaking in Milford Sound offers a more intimate experience, allowing you to explore the nooks and crannies of the fjord at your own pace. And the journey is just as scenic as the destination. The drive to Milford Sound takes you through some of the most beautiful landscapes in New Zealand, including lush rainforests, towering mountains, and crystal clear lakes. And along the way, there's plenty of opportunities to stop and take in the views, so, don't forget your camera. Next up, we're heading up to the North Island. Now, if you're a wine lover and like it with a little nostalgia, then head to Napier on the North Island near Hawke's Bay. This charming city is like stepping back in time with its stunning Art Deco architecture that dates back to the 1930s. After a devastating earthquake in 1931, Napier was rebuilt in the Art Deco style, making it one of the most complete collections of Art Deco buildings in the world. The streets are often graced with classic cars from the 1930s, adding to the sort of nostalgic atmosphere. But Napier isn't just about architectural beauty, it's also a haven for wine lovers, with the renowned Hawke's Bay wine region on its doorstep. This area is one of New Zealand's oldest and most respected wine regions, known for its exceptional red wines, particularly Merlot and Cabernet Sauvignon. One of my favorite wineries is the Church Road Winery. Established in 1897, it offers a rich history along with its tours and tasting. Here you can learn about the winemaking process, explore the cellars, and, of course, sample some of their finest wines. Whether you're wandering through Napier streets, admiring the unique blend of old and new, or simply soaking in the relaxing atmosphere, there's something magical about this city. And when you compare that with sipping a world-class wine amidst the scenic vineyards, it becomes clear why Napier is a must-visit destination. And since you're in the area, you may want to stop by Hula Falls. The rushing clear blue river water is a sight like no other. All right, adrenaline junkies, this one's for you. We're heading back to the South Island to the Franz Josef Glacier. Now, for the ultimate thrill ride, try a helicopter landing on top of the glacier.
Woo! That was my ride!
Soaring through the air and touching down on that massive ice sheet is an experience you won't soon forget. Now, even if helicopters aren't your thing, there's still plenty of other things to do in the area. You can take guided hikes, go ice climbing, or explore ice caves. Just make sure to pack accordingly because it can get pretty chilly up there on the glacier. If a helicopter tour seems a little out of your budget, just remember that US dollars go a lot further in New Zealand. Right now, $1 US is worth $1.60 New Zealand dollars, so it may not be as expensive as you think. Now, speaking of adrenaline rushes, we're headed to the adventure capital of New Zealand, Queenstown. This picturesque town is nestled on the shores of crystal clear Lake Wakatipu and surrounded by majestic mountains. It's a haven for thrill seekers and nature lovers alike. Whether you're into bungee jumping, jet boating, or skydiving, Queenstown has it all. But today we're focusing on one of the most exhilarating experiences I ever did there. Paragliding off the mountain.
And a bit of a stop as we exit that. Very nice.
Imagine soaring through the air. The landscapes of New Zealand are nothing short of breathtaking, with rolling hills, lush forests, and sparkling lakes. As you glide, you'll have a bird's eye view of this stunning scenery, making it an unforgettable experience. And for the best views, take the Skyline gondola up Bob's Peak and paraglide down from there. The gondola ride itself is a treat, offering views of Queenstown and the surrounding mountains. Once you reach the top, you'll be in the perfect launch point for your paragliding adventure. Try and book during off-peak times in the spring and fall, but be prepared to be flexible. If the wind is too high or there's too much rain, they may cancel it on you. Sometimes you'll get lucky and they'll give you a bit of a discount if they cancel at the last minute because of wind. I mean, you never know. But be sure to leave enough flex time to reschedule your flight, because this is one thrill you don't want to miss. Now, if you're still craving more adrenaline, you have to try canyoning, or as the Kiwis call it, abseiling. Basically, you just rappel down waterfalls through narrow canyons and into crystal clear pools. There are canyoning adventures all over New Zealand, with some of the best spots in the Coromandel, Abel Tasman National Park, and Wanaka. Most canyoning companies provide all the gear you'll need, so you don't have to worry about a thing. Just a heads up, though, that trekking up to the top of the canyon can be tricky if you're not in super good shape, and I am not. And I did find it a little tiring climbing to the top of the hill to get to the starting point. Also, walking around in a field and on a mountain on a hot summer day in a wetsuit is not really the most comfortable thing. Luckily, though, the payoff's worth it. And you're wearing a wetsuit for a reason. That water is cold. All right, let's take a break from the adrenaline-pumping activities and immerse ourselves into the tranquility of nature. The Routeburn Track is one of New Zealand's most iconic multi-day hikes, winding through the Fiordland and Mount Aspiring National Parks. Imagine trekking through lush beech forests, crossing crystal clear streams that you can actually drink out of, and gazing up at the towering mountain peaks. It's absolutely incredible. The Routeburn Track is a challenging but incredibly rewarding hike, and it takes most people 3 days and 2 nights to complete. Also, just be warned that the huts book up super quick, so you want to book them well in advance. The most expensive and high-in-demand time is the summer around Christmas time. You may need to book a year in advance to secure cabins for the night. Just remember, you also need to pack in your own food and carry out all your own trash. If you do plan on walking the entire track, there are people you can hire to drive your car from the start of the trail to the end and meet you there with it. It may run you a couple $100, but remember, those are New Zealand dollars, so a little cheaper than you probably imagine. You can do a one-day trip or even a guided hike, or just overnight and come back to where you started. So either way, this is one adventure you really need to budget for. Had enough fun in the sun? Want to try something truly magical? Experience the Waitomo Glowworm Caves, an underground wonderland that'll leave you speechless. Imagine gliding silently through a dark cave. The only sound, the gentle ripple of water against the boat. Thousands of tiny glowing lights illuminate the cave ceiling like a starry night sky. These magical lights come from glowworms, tiny creatures that emit a bioluminescent glow. This adventure can book out quick on the weekends, so try to go midweek. It's also a great alternative if the weather outside is rainy or cold. And since you'll be wearing a wetsuit already, another thrilling thing to do is some whitewater rafting on the Katuna River. Now that's some extreme but extremely fun rafting that takes you along some pretty substantial rapids and includes going down the world's highest commercially rafted waterfall. Another rainy day activity, if you're set on seeing some Lord of the Rings related things, is to go to Wellington and take a tour of Weta Studios. They're the folks who did all the special effects for the movies. You'll see original costumes and models and other goodies from the flicks. You may even catch a glimpse of them working on the next Avatar film. And after all that adventure, it's time to unwind and relax. At a hot water beach on the Coromandel Peninsula, you can soak in the naturally heated spa right there on the beach. At low tide, dig your own personal spa pool right there on the beach. It's the ultimate in relaxation and a truly unique experience. All that exploring is bound to work up an appetite. New Zealand has a thriving culinary scene that'll tantalize your taste buds. One of my favorite cities for food is Auckland, where you can find everything from Michelin-starred restaurants to quirky cafes. And of course, no trip to New Zealand is complete without trying a classic Kiwi burger with its beetroot, fried egg, and pineapple. There you have it, my friends, the top 11 things to check out when you're in New Zealand. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe so you'll get notified when I drop another video. New Zealand really does have something for everyone. So what are you waiting for? Start planning your trip, book those flights, pack your bags, and get ready for an unforgettable adventure in the land of the long white cloud.